Wow. So what do you think about all these apartments they're building? Do you think they're gonna fill, or are
They
they filling? Because I know it's more like luxury or like, all inclusive, like gyms and,
Hmm.
yeah.
everything's inside. So what do you think about those?
Well, if you look at the generation that's coming about at
Hmm.
this point, they are not interested in yards and they are not
Mm.
interested in keeping up with a yard. They're interested in lock and leaf. They
Got it.
want to travel. They want to go hiking. They want to
Hmm.
go biking. They want to do those things. So they're not the homebody that I think the generation prior to was, or let's have the bigger house, let's have the yard, let's have the dog and the kids.
Yeah.
They start all this later, and so they're not into that, so the apartments were probably a very indecisive thing, so
Okay.
even if they pay $2,000 for a two-bedroom apartment, great, we can just lock and leave, we don't have to worry about
Hmm.
it. And if I wanna use the pool, I go downstairs, there's a pool in the apartments,
Yeah.
there's a tennis court in the apartment, there is a golf course sometimes attached to
Yeah.
the apartment. We have everything we want without having to do any of
Yeah.
the work, right? That
Yeah.
changes
It's
things.
appealing.
Yeah,
Yep.
that's so very true because I was listening to another podcast, and that's what somebody was talking about was, this generation now, they just, like you said, they want to lock and leave. They want to be able to travel. They want to be nomads if they want to. They know, okay, well, I got a year's lease. I can up and leave if I want to in a year versus having a mortgage where, hey, yeah, you can sell, but who wants to go through the hassle of all of that? So, I mean, you're spot on, Barbara, spot on with that.
In a way, that's good for investors. Well, obviously, our houses don't have all those amenities.
Hmm.
Correct.
But yeah, it's interesting. Good points here. So if we talked build to rent, we talked about the apartments. What about out of state investors? You guys deal with it? I'm sure you do. We have a lot of out of state investors here at AZREIA. So how's that work? If I live out of state and I want to invest here, and between the both of you, I'm sure there's a lot of resources. So
Oh, absolutely. We have a lot of great agents that refer to us. A lot of them we met here in AZREIA,
mhm.
and they are just amazing agents. And so when they find they have a client that they call us, they'll tell us, "Hey, here is a house. Can you run us some comps to start out with?"
Mhm.
Yes, Derek runs the comps. He's great at it. He does them 100 times a day sometimes. They give us 5, 6 houses sometimes. And then when their client narrows down one and they put an offer and it gets accepted, we offer that we're there at the walkthrough when they do their
Okay.
inspection. We're there not as the inspector of the home at the roof or the AC, but we're the inspectors of the rental part of it. So we will tell you, yes, okay, this is what you need before you can go on the market. You may need a coat of paint. You may need
Mhm.
new floors. You may need to change this faucet or this out or do this or that to make sure the house is in good rentable condition. So that's what we're here for. So we're not here to alleviate the inspector.
Yes. Yeah.
You got
Right.
to have the inspector, but you have to have us there too, because the inspector's not going to tell you, well, a house needs a coat of paint, because that's not what he's there for.
Right.
He's there for to go to the nitty gritty.
Mm.
Are there any leaks? Is there AC not working? Is the roof in good condition? We're there to tell them, okay, you purchased the house, you got it. All the inspection turned out good. There's no issues with the meat, with the bone, the what do you call it? The bones of the
Hmm.
building,
Hmm.
but there is a need for, little
Cosmetics.
TLC,
Yeah.
yes, to
Hmm.
make sure we get top dollar out of the home. So that's what we do. We meet them at the wrap-up of inspection. A lot of those owners are not even there, so they're out of state. The agent usually has them on like a FaceTime or WhatsApp,
Hmm.
and they walk through and do the inspection together, and we're there doing the same thing. We're giving them the same, and at the same time, in the next 2 or 3 weeks before closing, we get the estimates together for those owners to get those repairs done. And then we already schedule our vendors. So we know closing happens to be on the 2nd. By the 3rd, we're in and we're getting started. So we want to turn the house as quickly as possible. And the more time up front we have to give notice to get that done, the better. So we can reserve that time slot. So we try to
Wow.
work as close with the owners and the agent as we can to make sure it's a smooth transition, a quick transition, and fast on the market.
Did someone say something about being nervous or something?
Yeah. Right.
I
A
got it.
seasoned professional here, right?
Awesome. So what about, so just for when you said comps, it's just, everyone's always looking for rental comps. And one thing we say in our meetings is like, you only get so much from MLS, right? So where's the best place to kind of just start surfing for some rentals pricing?
MLS.
It is. Okay.
MLS is still your best.
Still the
That's your
best.
true number.
So you don't average Zillow,
No,
Redfin,
no,
and kind of see what
no.
they say? No.
Zillow lies.
Oh, ooh, it's true.
Okay.
Maybe we shouldn't put that on the air. But it is what
Hey,
it
gotta
is.
know.
Yeah,
That's why we're here.
yeah.
That is the true. The true comp comes
Mhm.
from the MLS. That is the true comp. That is only by closed, not by, because what happens on Zillow? Does Zillow show you what the house really closed at? No,
Right.
they advertise it at $18.95. What if they took a $16.95 rental? Do they adjust
Mhm.
Zillow? No. So how do you know what it really closed at? All you see is, okay, closed, but we don't know for what. Well, in the MLS, it tells you what it closed for. Your number in the MLS is the true number. How long
Got it.
was it on the market? How many did rent in this neighborhood for how long? Now, do we go out and pull all the other information to see what is out there? Absolutely. We pull Zillow all the time to see what's in that zip code, what is available.
Mhm.
But you're better off looking at availability than closed, because again, closed is a lie, because Zillow doesn't require you to update it and go, oh no, I didn't rent this for $18.95. It rented for $16.95. Where MLS does require you to put those information in, unless you lie.
Yep.
Mhm.